Do you know that being an eloquent speaker of English is not limited to getting the accent alone? In fact, if you would like to be an articulate speaker of English, then you need to include a few idioms into your day to day vocabulary. So, in this video, I'm going to give you 10 smart Andy idioms for you to include into your day to day vocabulary so that you can speak confidently like a native speaker. Are you ready? So, let's get right into it. 1. Break the ice. If you would just consider the literal meaning of this expression, you might think that it means to pick a block of ice from the freezer and try to break it. However, idioms are expressions that has its own figurative meaning that is different from the meaning of the individual words in the expression. That is, idioms has its own special meaning that is different from the face value of each of the words in the expression. So, back to our first expression, which is break the ice. It means to initiate a conversation or friendship in a social setting. Have you ever been in a gathering where the atmosphere seemed awkward because you're not really familiar with people in that environment and everyone is just sitting and just on their own? Then someone decided to break the ice by cracking a joke or introducing themselves. And in a moment, everyone is having a conversation and laughing with one another like they've known each other for so long. What that person has done is to break the ice, that is, to ease the tension by cracking a joke or initiating a conversation. In another context, you could say, the teacher asked a fun question to break the ice on the first day of class. So when next you find yourself in an awkward situation, an awkward environment, you can say, I need to break the ice by introducing myself or by telling a joke. Do you understand? I hope you can use break the ice confidently now. Before I move on, if you are new to this channel or you are yet to subscribe, kindly support my small page by clicking on the subscribe button. This will help me get more visibility. Thank you as you do so. May the Lord bless you. So now let's continue after you have subscribed. 2. Drop the ball. To drop the ball means to fail to meet an expectation or fulfill a responsibility. So, in context, you could say, the young man dropped the ball by abandoning his family to live with a total stranger. That is, it's the man's responsibility to take care of his family and stay with them. However, he has dropped the ball by totally avoiding them. 2. You could find yourself in a situation at work where you forget to submit an important document before the due date. So you could say, I really dropped the ball by forgetting to submit this document before the due date. Do you understand? Can you use drop the ball confidently in your day to day vocabulary now? I hope you can. So now let's move on to the next one, which is number 3. Jump on the bandwagon. Kindly note that I said bandwagon, not batwagon, because people often erroneously I think this word is related to being bad. But on the contrary, to jump on the bandwagon means to join or support something that has become successful or popular. So, in context, you could say, after noticing the numerous benefits of taking dinner early in my mom, I had to join the bandwagon and start taking dinner early too. That is, mom has been successful in enjoying some benefits of taking dinner early. So I had to join the bandwagon as well. So joining the bandwagon does not mean joining a bad habit. Or you could say, Ola saw people making money with cryptocurrency, so he jumped on the bandwagon and invested too. Do you understand? So when next you join a new habit or routine, you could say, I finally jump on the bandwagon. So now we are on number 4, under the weather. To be under the weather means to feel sick or unwell. So when next you are a bit sick, you can say, I'm under the weather. For example, I couldn't go to work yesterday because I was feeling under the weather. Or I always drink hot tea when I'm under the weather. It helps soothe my throat. So when next you feel unwell, instead of just saying I'm sick, you could say, I'm a bit under the weather. 5. A dime a dozen. What does this mean? It means something very common and not valuable. We must have all seen a product at some point that has become so common that it is no longer valuable. So you could say that product is a dime a dozen. Or you could say a dime a dozen jobs are easy to come by, but meaningful careers are much rarer. That is, menial jobs are more common than meaningful careers opportunity. Do you understand? In another context, you could say you should be careful with shopping online. Cheap gadgets are a dime a dozen, but quality ones are harder to find. That is, cheap gadgets are very common online, but they are usually not valuable. Do you understand? Can you use a dime a dozen confidently in your day to day vocabulary now? I hope you can. 6. Hold your horses. Hold your horses means to wait or be patient. It is an expression that is usually used to give advice to someone. So you could say, hold your horses. Don't rush into anything without considering the consequences. Or if your friend is overly excited about a new project, you could say, I know you're excited to launch this project, but hold your horses and let's review the budget first. So, audio assist simply means be patient or take some time. 7. On the ball. And this is my favorite. You must have noticed some people around you that you admire how they carry themselves or how they execute their responsibilities. They are competent and efficient. So, this means that they are on the ball. So, you could say, Aisha is always on the ball with her responsibilities. Or, I love my father so much because he always takes his fatherly duties on the ball. So, when next you see someone that is always competent, alert, and efficient, you could say, she's always on the ball. 7. Spitting image. Spitting image means to look very similar to someone. For example, you could say, the young boy is a spitting image of his father. Or, the twin siblings are the spitting image of each other. So instead of just saying they look strikingly similar, or they look like each other, or they look the same, you can just say they are the spitting image of each other. Do you understand? You should be able to include it into your day to day vocabulary. 8. Take the cake. Take the cake means to be the most surprising or outrageous, and this could be positive or negative. So let's look at how we can use it in sentences. 1. The bride's grand entrance style takes the cake at the wedding. That is, the most beautiful moment at the wedding was the grand entrance of the bride. Or, for negative, the news of the kidnapped female school children takes the cake out of all the news in this month. So, take the cake is used to describe the most surprising or outrageous of all. 9. Up in the air. Up in the air means to be uncertain or undecided. We've all been in the situation at one point in our lives where we don't even know, we are yet to make a decision on a particular issue. So you could say, about this, I'm still up in the air. For example, the date of our next meeting is still up in the air. Or the decision of when I'll get married is still up in the air. That is, I'm yet to make up my mind or have a decision on when I'll get married. So whenever you find yourself being uncertain about a particular issue, you could say it's still up in the air. 10. Bite the bullet. To bite the bullet means to accept something difficult or unpleasant. Although it might have a positive outcome, but it might seem difficult initially. So you could say, I wouldn't like to live in the north. I just had to bite the bullet and move there when I got posted there for my new assignment. That is, ordinarily, I wouldn't like to live in the north, but because I got posted, I had to. Or she bit the bullet and confronted her fear of public speaking. She's now a confident presenter. So bite the bullet means to finally embrace a decision that wasn't pleasant or easy initially. So when next you find yourself in that situation, don't forget to say, I had to bite the bullet, although the situation wasn't pleasant initially. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, like, and share. Thank you.